Hello everyone and welcome back to Cycling World. If you enjoy our daily Tour de France coverage, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and let us know in the comments. Has Tadej Pogačar already taken full control of the 2026 Tour de France? The dust has barely settled after the spectacular Tourmalet stage, but we're already learning fascinating new details about how UAE Team Emirates-XRG executed one of the most dominant mountain performances of recent years. After crossing the finish line in the yellow jersey, Tadej Pogačar immediately praised his teammates, revealing that the entire squad raced with an all-or-nothing mentality. According to the Slovenian, the team's approach was simple. If we blow up, we blow up. They committed completely to the plan, and the result was absolute domination. But perhaps the biggest story continues to be Isaac del Toro. Pogačar publicly thanked the young Mexican for his incredible work on the Tourmalet, admitting that Del Toro's devastating acceleration was the key moment that isolated Jonas Vingegaard before the race-winning attack. Their partnership continues to grow stronger with every stage, and it's becoming increasingly clear that Del Toro has become Pogačar's most trusted lieutenant. Meanwhile, not everything is running smoothly elsewhere in the peloton. While UAE celebrates one of its greatest victories, tensions appear to be rising inside Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe, where reports suggest the first signs of internal conflict between Remco Evenepoel and Florian Lipowitz after a difficult day in the mountains. The Tour de France isn't just being decided on the road, it's beginning to test the unity of the teams as well. While the battle for the yellow jersey grabbed most of the headlines, one of the biggest stories after Stage 6 unfolded inside Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe. For the first time since joining forces, visible cracks appeared between Remco Evenepoel and Florian Lipowitz, raising serious questions about the team's internal dynamics at a crucial point in the Tour de France. Following the finish, television cameras captured an animated exchange between the two riders. Evenepoel looked visibly frustrated as he spoke with Lipowitz, and the body language suggested that something had clearly gone wrong during the stage. Although neither rider revealed every detail of the discussion, the tension was impossible to ignore. Evenepoel later addressed the situation, making it clear that the matter could not simply be brushed aside. "We'll have to talk about it tonight," the Belgian admitted after the stage. Those few words immediately fueled speculation throughout the cycling world. In the middle of the biggest race of the season, communication and trust inside a team are everything. When disagreements begin to surface publicly, they can quickly become a major distraction. The situation is particularly delicate because both riders are expected to play key roles for Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe during the mountain stages. If there is uncertainty over tactics, leadership, or teamwork, it could seriously compromise the team's ambitions for the remainder of the Tour. Cycling is an individual sport only on paper. Winning a Grand Tour depends on every rider understanding their role, trusting their teammates, and making sacrifices when necessary. Any internal conflict risks weakening that structure, especially against rivals who are operating with complete unity. For that reason, Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe now faces one of its biggest challenges of this Tour, not just on the road, but behind closed doors. The team management will have to deal with what is becoming a very serious internal situation, ensuring that tensions between Evenepoel and Lipowitz do not escalate any further. With several decisive mountain stages still to come, solving this issue quickly could prove just as important as finding the legs to compete for the podium in Paris. Following one of the most dominant victories of his Tour de France career, Tadej Pogačar made it clear that this triumph belonged to the entire UAE Team Emirates-XRG. Instead of focusing on his own performance, the Slovenian repeatedly praised the riders who made his spectacular attack possible, describing the stage as the result of a perfectly executed team strategy. Pogačar revealed that the squad committed to an aggressive, all-or-nothing approach from the very start of the day. "We rode like we had nothing to lose. If we blew up, we blew up," he explained after the finish. But in the end, it worked, and I'm incredibly proud of every single teammate. Those words perfectly summed up UAE's mentality. Rather than waiting for opportunities, they decided to create them. The team controlled the race, set a relentless pace on every major climb, and never hesitated to take responsibility when it mattered most. However, one teammate received special praise from the new yellow jersey, Isaac del Toro. Pogačar openly admitted that the young Mexican played a decisive role in the victory. According to the Slovenian, Del Toro's incredible acceleration on the Tourmalet was exactly what the team needed to isolate Jonas Vingegaard before launching the winning attack. The world champion highlighted not only Del Toro's climbing strength, but also his commitment to the team, praising the effort the Mexican put into every kilometre of the stage. By the time Del Toro finished his turn at the front, the damage had already been done. The group of favourites had exploded, Vingegaard was under enormous pressure, and the perfect opportunity had opened for Pogačar to attack. The victory may go into the record books under Pogačar's name, but the Slovenian made one thing absolutely clear after crossing the finish line. This was a collective masterpiece. And among all his teammates, Isaac del Toro once again proved why he has become one of the most valuable riders in the entire Tour de France. If there was one rider who left the Tourmalet with his reputation transformed, it was undoubtedly Isaac del Toro. The young Mexican once again showed why he has become one of the biggest stories of the 2026 Tour de France. His role went far beyond simply supporting the race leader. Del Toro was one of the architects of the stage, sacrificing everything for his teammate before producing another outstanding individual performance of his own. After the finish, Del Toro admitted that he was extremely happy for his teammate and friend, Tadej Pogačar, explaining that the entire team's objective had been to put the yellow jersey back on the Slovenian's shoulders. He also revealed just how demanding his effort on the Tourmalet really was. According to Del Toro, he pushed himself right to his absolute limit, knowing that his acceleration had one clear objective: to drop Jonas Vingegaard and give Pogačar the perfect launchpad for his decisive attack. It was a selfless effort that completely changed the race. But perhaps the most remarkable part of his day came afterwards. Despite emptying himself on the Tourmalet, Del Toro never stopped fighting. He paced himself brilliantly on the final climb, rejoined the chase, and still had enough power left to sprint for the podium, finishing an outstanding third on the stage against some of the biggest names in professional cycling. His consistency is becoming impossible to ignore. Del Toro is no longer viewed simply as one of cycling's brightest young talents. He is becoming a genuine Grand Tour contender, while continuing to perform as one of the finest domestiques in the peloton. Now sitting third overall in the general classification, the Mexican has firmly established himself among the elite riders of this tour. Every mountain stage strengthens his growing reputation, and every performance reinforces the feeling that cycling is witnessing the emergence of a future superstar. While Pogačar continues to dominate the race, Isaac del Toro is quietly building a tour that could define the beginning of an extraordinary career. As the Tour de France moves deeper into the mountains, one thing has become increasingly clear. UAE Team Emirates-XRG has taken complete control of the race. This wasn't simply about winning another stage or reclaiming the yellow jersey. It was a demonstration of strength, confidence, and teamwork that sent a powerful message to every rival in the peloton. Every rider knew exactly what his job was, and every part of the plan was executed to perfection. At the centre of it all stands Tadej Pogačar, who once again proved why he is widely regarded as the best stage racer in the world. His explosive attack on the Tourmalet, combined with a fearless descent and a flawless ride to the finish, gave him not only a memorable victory, but also a commanding psychological advantage over his biggest rivals. But there is another name that keeps growing with every passing stage: Isaac del Toro. The young Mexican has become much more than Pogačar's mountain lieutenant. Stage after stage, he continues to exceed expectations, protecting the race leader, setting an incredible pace on the climbs, and still producing world-class individual performances. Sitting near the top of the general classification while sacrificing himself for his leader is something very few riders in modern cycling could achieve. Meanwhile, pressure is beginning to mount on the rest of the contenders. Jonas Vingegaard still believes he can turn the race around, while teams like Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe must now deal with internal tensions at a time when unity is more important than ever. The tour is far from over, and many decisive mountain stages still lie ahead. But after what we witnessed on the Tourmalet, the balance of power has clearly shifted. Pogačar and Del Toro have become the most feared partnership in the Tour de France. If they continue performing at this extraordinary level, every rival will be forced to attack, take risks, and find something truly special to stop the unstoppable momentum of UAE Team Emirates-XRG. The biggest question now isn't whether UAE is the strongest team, it's whether anyone can still beat them.